Welcome to the first live session of this new year, and I want to welcome you. And I hope that you have big plans for this new year, and if those plans include moving to a new English-speaking country to study abroad and taking the IELTS exam, then you're in the right place today because this can be a big year for you. And what I want to share with you today is how you can have success on the IELTS exam. Because whatever you're about to face in this new year, the IELTS exam may be one important step towards your goal. So that's what I'm here for today, is to help you reach your goal, whatever it may be for the future. So today we're going to talk about how you can have a strategy for success and be fully prepared for the IELTS exam. So the first question to ask yourself is, and to put the IELTS exam in perspective, because while passing the IELTS exam and getting the score you need may be an important goal, it's only one step towards a bigger goal. So if you're taking the IELTS exam, it may be because you're planning to go to university, maybe here in Canada. And that's a big step. And there's a lot involved in getting into university and studying abroad. And the IELTS exam is an important test. So today I just want to kind of set your mind at ease and see how you can be simply and fully prepared for the IELTS exam. It may be because you want a new career. Maybe in your own country you want to work for a multinational corporation that requires English, and maybe the IELTS exam is required to show your proficiency for that career, or even a career in a new English-speaking country, or maybe for immigration. So whatever the reason for taking IELTS, it's important to know that the IELTS exam is the most widely accepted exam to prove your English proficiency in the world. It's accepted at every university here in Canada and other English-speaking countries around the world. So if you've chosen to take the IELTS exam, or maybe you're trying to decide whether you should take IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo or any other English proficiency exam, I want to encourage you to really consider the IELTS exam if you haven't chosen already. And if you have chosen, then again, this is the right place to be, because I'm going to share with you exactly how you can have success on the IELTS exam, and how you can reach your goals. And that's why I'm here today. So the first thing to do when you're considering taking the IELTS exam is not just think about only the IELTS exam. Think about your overall goal, whether it's university, a new career, or immigration. And the importance of thinking of that big goal is to again put the IELTS exam in perspective and realize that it's just one step. It's a very important step. But if you keep your bigger goal in mind, this will help you to place a real importance on your preparation for the IELTS exam, because while it's only one step, it's one step that you really only want to have to do once. You don't want to have to keep repeating the IELTS exam because you didn't get your score the first time. So if you think about that bigger goal and keep that in mind, that will help you to stay motivated. It will help you to make your IELTS preparation a priority and to set up a strategy for preparation that will ensure your success. So don't lose sight of that bigger goal, even when you're preparing for the IELTS exam, so that you won't become overwhelmed. you won't be stressed out, but you can simply prepare a good strategy for this important step towards your ultimate goal. And this is why I teach IELTS, because I want to help you to get the score you need on your first attempt so you can reach that bigger goal. And maybe you found yourself already having taken the test and not getting the score you needed. So that may be one of the most positive things that could have happened for you, because you realize that now you really do have to put in the right amount of preparation. You really know what you're up against. You won't keep doing the things that haven't worked. You can get the help you need. And this is why I'm here. It's my mission to help you get the score you need on your first attempt or your next attempt. At the very least, only one more attempt before you get the score you need, and then you can reach this bigger goal. So why am I emphasizing this bigger goal so much? It's because this is what will help you take the time to fully understand the IELTS exam before you begin your preparation, and definitely before you book your test. So let me just give you a quick overview of what's involved in the IELTS exam. The IELTS exam is going to test your English in 4 different areas: the listening, your reading ability, your writing ability, and your speaking ability. And just to give you an idea of what you would face on test day, the listening section takes about 30 minutes. You'll listen to 4 recordings, and you'll answer the questions as you listen. And then the reading section usually comes next. And this is where you have 1 hour to answer 40 questions. And sometimes the reading section can seem to be the most challenging, but with the right strategy and with practice, you can face it with confidence and competence. In the reading section, you're asked to look at 3 different passages or texts and answer the questions and find the information you need effectively and efficiently. And next comes the writing section. The writing section, again, is a 1 hour section where you're asked to do 2 tasks. The first task is where you'll take 20 minutes to write a 150-word essay where you'll be asked to describe a diagram, a chart, or a process, and you'll have to just describe and report on the main features of that diagram or chart or graph and give a 150-word essay. In section number 2 of the writing task, you're going to be asked to write a 250-word essay, which is where you'll spend about 40 minutes, and you'll be sharing your opinion on a common everyday topic. So on test day, these 3 sections will take about 2.5 hours. And then you have your speaking test. And the speaking test takes no more than 15 minutes, and it may be on the same day as the rest of your test. It may be on a different day. You could do it in person at the test center or maybe even on Zoom. But the main thing to realize is that the speaking test is just a 15-minute conversation face-to-face with your examiner. And again, with the right preparation and practice, you can do this quite naturally, and it won't be a hindrance to you getting the score you need on the IELTS exam. The IELTS exam is in 2 forms. It's a computer-based or a paper-based. And the most common is the paper-based. The computer-based has just recently started in the last couple of years. But whatever form you do, computer or paper, you do have to go to the test center. So you have to find the test center closest to you and make the arrangements for your IELTS exam. And remember that everything else about the IELTS exam, whether thinking about strategy and knowing how to approach the techniques for different questions, really it is just simply a test of your English language ability. And if your English language is not at a high enough level, no amount of tricks or tips is going to help you get the score you need. So right from the outset, I encourage you to take a good look at your English language level and realize that for a 6.5 or a 7, which is what most universities require, what most corporations and organizations require for hiring, you need to have a B2 or a C1 level of English. And if you're interested in how you can discover what your English language level is, you can contact me and get an English language level assessment. And this will help you know where you're beginning from so that you can make sure you're completely and fully prepared for the IELTS exam. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk to you about today is a big problem when it comes for most test takers in the IELTS exam. And the problem is they don't get the score they need on their first attempt. Over 5 million people take the IELTS exam every year worldwide. And out of these over 5 million people, 50% do not get the score they need. They're not fully prepared. They book the test too early. They underestimate the difficulty or the challenge of the IELTS exam, or they overestimate their English language ability. And so it's really important, again, to understand everything there is to know about the IELTS exam, everything you need to know about your English language level, and then you'll get the score you need, because the average score of most test takers around the world is 5.5. Now, 5.5 may be enough for immigration into some countries, but in most cases, it's not enough to get you into the university of your choice if you're planning to study abroad. So what I just want to point out to you is if you have done the IELTS exam and you didn't get the score you need, you're not alone. You're not alone. But this doesn't have to be the end of the story for you, because we all face disappointment and discouragement when we have a goal in mind and we know we have to take an important step, and then that taking that step doesn't have the result that we're looking for. And I know this from my own experience. I can just tell you one story from my own life. And this is when I was in high school. And I was in my final year of high school. And I had plans to go on to university. I had plans to go into a great career after university. And really, I just had to complete one step to make it all possible. And that was to graduate from high school. And I was in my last year of high school, and I had been very successful throughout my schooling up until that point. But for some reason, I did not take it seriously in my last year. I overestimated my ability, and I underestimated the challenge of graduating from high school. And unfortunately, I failed high school. I thought that this was the end of my university career and any future goals I had following that. But it wasn't the end of the story. I learned from that, and I learned the importance of being fully prepared for my final exams. And I went back and I repeated what I needed to repeat. I took it seriously this time. I faced the challenge with the right preparation and was able to go on to a successful career. And here I am today, doing fulfilling my dream job, which is helping you and teaching you and helping you to reach your goals. So if you want to succeed in the IELTS exam, regardless of whether you've already tried and failed or whether you're approaching it for the first time, one of the things that you'll really want to do is make sure that you avoid wasting time. You'll want to know how to make the best use of your time. You'll want to make sure that you avoid wasting energy. You'll want to put the correct energy and focus it on the things that will make a difference to help you feel totally confident and comfortable on test day. And you'll want to avoid wasting money. And as we've already talked about, one of the biggest wastes of money when it comes to preparing for the IELTS exam is having to do the IELTS exam 2 or 3 or even 4 times. I recently worked with a student who was facing the IELTS exam for the 5th time and finally decided that it would be worth getting the help that they needed and the support they needed to make sure that no more money was going to be wasted, no more time or energy was going to be wasted, not moving in the most effective and efficient way possible towards that goal. So I want to really encourage you to find out everything that you need to know about the IELTS exam, be completely honest and have an honest estimate of your English language ability, and then know what it takes and get the help and support you need to succeed on the IELTS exam. So I just want to share with you what I think are the top 5 things that can make a difference between success and failure when it comes to the IELTS exam. The first thing is to make sure you have a good strategy to prepare for the IELTS exam. The IELTS exam takes preparation. Now, you may see Facebook ads and YouTube videos that promise you easy fixes to the IELTS exam, tips and tricks, or promises of a 8.5 or a 9 band score on the IELTS exam. You're going to see people that try to scam you into buying your IELTS certificate without sitting for the exam, or who offer you fraudulent leaked questions. You're going to see there's always people trying to convince you that there's an easy way out when it comes to the IELTS exam. But don't believe them. There is no easy way. And I'm not here to tell you that the IELTS exam is easy, but it's simple. Simply prepare fully before you book your test for the IELTS exam. There's no replacement for preparation, however long it takes. Some of you, it may take a few weeks, and some of you may take a few months. But again, the idea is to make sure that you understand what it's going to take for you to be fully prepared. The second thing that I think is the most important is to find some kind of partnership with someone as you prepare. You don't have to do it alone. You can make sure as you prepare for the IELTS exam that you have the support of your family. You have the support of your friends. Even if they're not taking the IELTS exam, they don't have the same goals as you. Make sure to include the people who are important to you in your preparation for your goals. I would really encourage you to find somebody else who's preparing for the IELTS exam and partner with them so that you can share the struggles and share the successes as you practice and prepare for the exam. And one of the ways that you can do that is in my Facebook group, IELTS Summit Academy, it gives you the opportunity to prepare alongside other people who are on the same path as you. And if necessary, I would really encourage you to get the help you need from a tutor or teacher who can help you prepare for the IELTS exam, because the cost of a teacher can be far less than the cost of 2 or 3 failed IELTS exams. And then when you've decided that you're going to be fully prepared, you find a partner or a coach or a tutor, then you have to make a very personal plan for your own preparation. You know how much time you have. You know how much time you need to prepare. And you're going to have to balance this with your personal life situation. Maybe you work full time. Maybe you go to school full time right now. Maybe you have a family to take care of, a spouse and children. Or maybe you have other concerns that you need to balance with your preparation. So what works for other people might not necessarily work for you. So there's no special formula for preparation. You have to make a personal plan that works for you according to your time and your energy and even your money, so that you make the most of those 3 things as you prepare for the IELTS exam. And then it just takes practice. See, the IELTS exam is a test of your English language proficiency. It's not something that you can study for. You can't read a book about being good at English and expect that to help you improve enough for the IELTS exam. You have to become aware of everything that's involved in the IELTS exam and set up a schedule according to your personal plan and practice daily, weekly, monthly until you've made enough progress to the point where you are fully prepared and ready to book your test. So I hope that you find these 5 things helpful. And that's why I'm here, is to help you in each step of these 5 things so that you can find out exactly how to be fully prepared and book your test with confidence, knowing that you'll be completely competent to get the score you need on test day. One of the things that I want to share with you before I finish today is I want to encourage you to find a course that you can take, and even if it does cost money, even if it requires a financial investment, again, it can be far better financially, a far better financial investment than trying to take the IELTS exam 4 or 5 times before you get the score you need. And one of the things that I'm really happy about to announce today and to let you know about is that I have joined with Shakespeare's Language School, which is located in Algeria. And I hope to visit there one day and experience a winter in Algeria rather than the winter I'm experiencing in Ottawa right now. But this course is called the Academic IELTS Strategy for Success. It's an 8-week course. We meet 2 times per week for 16 lessons. And it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Algeria time, which is CET. And this is 12:30 p.m. in Canada, Eastern Standard Time. These are 1-hour lessons, and it begins on January 10th, 2023. And the cost is reasonable. It's a good investment. It's equivalent to $175 Canadian. And the best thing to do, if you're interested in this course, is to contact Shakespeare's Language School directly The courses are offered on Zoom, and they're also offered on location at Shakespeare's Language School. But for most of you, I know that the Zoom will be an option. And as well as the lessons, this course includes my support right up until the day that you write your IELTS exam. And I would encourage you, and this is one of the reasons that we're starting this course so early in the new year. If you plan to take the IELTS exam anytime in 2023, now is the time to take this course. Because this course, I'll be honest with you, will not fully prepare you for the IELTS exam, but it will put you in the place where you can be fully prepared. 8 weeks is not usually enough to prepare for the IELTS exam, but 8 weeks is enough to give you everything you need to prepare for the IELTS exam. You'll know every aspect of the IELTS exam. You'll know every aspect of how you can identify the weaknesses you have in English that need to be addressed. And again, you'll have feedback on support as you practice during this 8 weeks. And even after the course, as you practice for the IELTS exam, whether it's 2 months, 6 months, or more, you can continually contact me and get feedback and support as you practice. I think that this is a very good opportunity, and I would encourage you to seriously consider this as you move towards your goal of getting the score you need on the IELTS exam, realizing that it's just one small step towards your dream job, the university of your choice, and living in a new English-speaking country. So the choice is yours. I like the motto of Shakespeare's Language School, to be or not to be. And it's your choice to be or not to be fully prepared for the IELTS exam. If you wish to find out more information about this course, how you can register, it starts next week on January the 10th. Contact Shakespeare's Language School. You can contact them by email or by WhatsApp. And I put the number here on the slide, and I'll also include this information in the comments in Facebook and also on YouTube. Well, I hope you found this helpful. I want to encourage you. I want to give you this opportunity to really take an important step where you will, I promise you, you won't be wasting your time. You won't be wasting your energy, and you definitely won't be wasting your money by registering and enrolling in this course. And I look forward to seeing you in the course. Again, it starts next Tuesday. So if you're planning to register, now is the time to do it. As soon as you finish watching this video, contact Shakespeare's Language School and get the information that you need to register for this valuable and important course. And I promise you that with this course, with the right preparation and following all the steps you learn in this course, you will get the score you need on the IELTS exam in one attempt. That's my promise to you. That's my guarantee to you. So I would encourage you to take that step today to enroll for this important course. Well, thanks for listening to me today. I hope that you found this helpful. Don't hesitate to reach out if you want more information. And I want to wish you all the best on your journey as you prepare for the IELTS exam.